Hey, that took a little longer than I thought. I apologize. Actually took a phone call while I was there. So, what I did is I pulled out some really cool tools. So, what we do, we require different tools. Sometimes unique tools, sometimes just regular tools that we can find anywhere. Anyway, this is probably going back at least 10 years. A gentleman kept calling the school, the studio line, and said that he had all these tools or brushes. I thought he was a brush salesman. And I kept saying, I'm not interested in buying any paintbrushes. Thank you. I have everything I need. So anyway, my sister was there one day and she's like, hey, a guy called and he's going to stop by with some brushes. And I said, I don't want to buy brushes. I have brushes. She's like, no, he's giving you these brushes and tools. I said, what do you mean giving me? So the next day, this guy pulls up in this really cool, fully restored Volkswagen Beetle back from the 70s, comes in with a bunch of boxes. And he's like, he told me his name, and it's somewhere here. I want to say it's Paul, and I forget. And I feel bad that I forgot. But he was a retired decorative painter down in D.C., and he learned from his father, and his father learned in Germany. He went through the trade schools over there, and in 1922, his father got his master papers. Because as you know, over in Europe, it's a whole different ballgame. You actually go to trade school, you apprentice. After you complete your apprenticeship program, you're allowed to become a journeyman. After your journey, you can apply for go to the guild to get your master papers. At that point, then you're allowed to hire an apprentice. Or here, people just go to the paint store, buy their tools, and go, hey, I can paint, I can do whatever. And yeah, is what it is. Anyway, so these are some of the cool tools this guy brought over. Some I've never seen, and a lot of my friends have never seen. When I was in a town called Utrecht, at Nemento, called Salon back in 2006, I showed everybody pictures of some of these things. I'd never seen anything like them. Some they are very common, you see all the time. The cool thing with books. But anyway, like check this out. This is an old wall brush. You imagine, so they didn't have rollers or sprayers. That's how they brushed the walls. But this cat, look at the size of the thing. You imagine the arms and the shoulders the old timers had. I don't have to imagine because that's how my grandfather started painting walls when he was in the 40s. Slinging this stuck around all day long. So you would have put the paint on the wall, excuse me, and you would have crosshatch. That's that one. Here's another variation of it. Excuse me, got a tickle in my throat. That's a cool brush. Look how old that is. These are here, nothing interesting here. These are just old brushes. But actually, what's kind of cool, even though they're old brushes, never been used. Brand new brush. I think that's really cool. There's so many of them. Brand new, never been used. I showed them to my dad, and he was like, you got to give me those. Back when he was still painting. He's like, you got to give me those brushes. I haven't seen those in years. No. Never been used. How cool, huh? Different size wall brush. These are just regular paint. Well, actually, these are not just regular paintbrushes. Look at these guys. That's a black china bristle. Oh, what's this? I haven't been in this box in so long. Holy cow. I was actually thinking about these the other day. This was a buddy of mine from years past gave me these. These are cool. When he got his papers from the Freeman of the City and Guilds of London, they gave him his cufflinks. These are his cufflinks. That's really cool. I forgot about these. Check them out. First, they gave him these. These have to go home. Not staying in the box. Hey, I found an old stencil. That's one of mine. Fell in the wrong box. But this one's cool. Check this guy out. You ever seen a brush like that? These all spin. I gotta be real careful. Each one of these spins independently. No one has ever seen anything like this. It's really cool. If anybody knows anything about this brush, I would love to know. It'd be cool to recreate this and use it. It's a fun brush. I gotta be careful. The books are starting to fall apart. Look at this old spalter. Wood graining. These are gonna dig when we get to that part of it. But yeah, look how old. Like cool. And it's still in fantastic shape. But I would never use it. Look at this. His old stencil brushes. Aren't they cool? There's one here, look at this one. This one's brand new, never been used. Brand freaking new, right out of the box. Hey, there's my missing logger. Here's some of his Badger brushes. You see those that I use. My very English style. These are more French style. Look how delicate. Pretty cool. Just cool stuff. I did get the vignette. It's so delicate, I'm afraid I would break it. Cool. Slotted 2 spalter. Look how old. All the old lacquer on there. I'm sorry, shellac. That's what I really wanted to see. This is who these belong to. So we're talking about old tools that were given to me. The gentleman's name. Oh, I can't read it. This is, Paul Hedich. Paul Hedich, Washington, D.C. This is like his business card, but this is glass. Look at how interesting it is. Can you see any of that in there? It's so hard to see. This looks like it is probably from Dutch Boy, because that looks like the Dutch Boy. What's it saying? I'm painting this house. I'm painting this house to stay painted. And then that's across the top, and at the bottom, your house deserves a Dutch Boy job. There we go, Dutch Boy. Get our finest first. And then it has his name, Good Studios, Inc., down in Washington, D.C. That's pretty cool. I mean, this can't go in a box. It's too delicate. But yeah, these are just cool. I mean, these brushes they're go back to the 20s. Look at the floggers. The derrieres, all floggers. Floggers made with horsehair, by the way. If you're not familiar with a flogger, that one's seen some days. So to give you an idea, this is the flogger that I use nowadays. Look how delicate these are and dainty. This beastie I got, it's all bent out of shape. I'll go soak it in hot water, put some hair conditioner in it, let it soak back up, wrap it in not paper towels, newspaper, and bring it back. His mottler. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Another slotted 2 spalter. What else do we have? Look at the old wall stamp. Just get in there and create the pattern. It's felt. Could totally recreate that. That would be fun to do. And what's even neat, this is old veining brush. Isn't that cool? Ah. If I had to guess, these look like they came from the Luco company. French brush manufacturer, make beautiful brushes. Little squirrel hair liner. Here's his pinstriping brush. Actually, that's not true. That's his lettering brush, which will make sense in a few minutes. Here's what's even neat. Neater room, I'll go get them. Historic tin stencils. He used to make his own stencils out of tin, and these are the punches. Put it down on a tin, tap it out. And that would give you your pattern. This little wheel, can you see the tip of this? It has the teeth. So a lot of time, what you're doing, especially murals, we'll put it on a piece of paper, draw it out in the studio, take it to where we need to take it, will take a wall like this and transfer. It'll put little tiny holes in it, and you take way back, they would actually take burnt newspaper, take the ashes, put it in a rag, and pounce to transfer the image over. And the technique right now, what that's called escapes, and Michelangelo used that to transfer the images to the walls, and we still do that today. Some people use projectors. But I did a really cool workshop one time with a fantastic painter from Versailles named Jean-Luc Sable, just a brilliant talent. And that's how we transferred the image over. Hold on, I gotta plug this thing in, it's gone dead. I thought I had it plugged up. Again, I'm experimenting with this whole live video thing. So bear with me as I go through this learning curve. All right, back to the tools. Check this out. His combs for wood graining. I don't know, I wish I knew how old this was. I have no idea, but these are his wood graining tools, or combs, steel combs, right? And what's cool is these are still by the Ridgely company, still in business today, still making these. I have them here, brand new sets that I use in my classes. I think that's cool, but I'd like to see video. You got it, absolutely. And I don't know if some people, if you follow me if you go to the Facebook and look up Ronald Lehman Studios, or even the Faux School, wasn't a painting. Well, I was supposed to go traveling all over Europe, Italy, France, Spain, Egypt, and travel to historic locations where plaster's been done for centuries. Then I'm going to go to the quarries, visit the quarries, show you where the materials come from, then visit buildings where the techniques have been done, and then come back into a studio and recreate those techniques using traditional tools, traditional materials. Still going to do it. It probably won't happen until next year because of the current situation. No big deal. It is what it is. Now, some people know that decorative painting, you actually got into the sign painting business, or you learned how to do lettering and signage first. Anybody ever seen something like this? This thing's been around, unfortunately. I mean, it was like this when I got it. It's amazing. I mean, there's his father's notes, sketches. Look at that. And I can't read some of it. His handwriting's in German. So what these are, this is all the plates to practice your lettering, to be a sign painter. I'm not going to go through all of them. Let's see. Look at the different styles. So back then you would take tracing paper, put it down, and trace over it to make sure you get it down right. All right, sign painting. Check these out. Look at this stuff. You would have these for examples to recreate or create new signs based on the designs, and at the time, these were the current ones. And if you're ever in the area, message me and you can stop by, and I'd be glad to share these, like let you see them. They need to go somewhere so people can see it. They've been sitting on a shelf, so it's like, you know what, let's make a video showing these. At least you can see them there. And always look like a ding dong. Can you see that? Look at that. If any of you, like, I could see this style of sign. Any of you micro distilleries out there, or craft distilleries, I would love to create a sign for your property based on some of this, something like that. How cool would that be? Again, lettering, putting it together. More sign examples. There's just so many things here. Just look, I would love to be bringing this back. Actually, why not? I got a couple of my projects got canceled because of what's going on, and who cares, man? Isn't that neat? There are just so many things here. Oh, this is cool. I'm just going to highlight some of the more interesting ones. See it? Very cool. All right. Now, let me put this back so nothing happens to them. I actually should put them in a binder inside plastic protective sheets so they don't get messed up. What's this? Oh, this is how he had some of his brushes wrapped up, his liner brushes. I haven't seen these in so long. What do we got here? Chavez. Oh. Compasses. These are tools for your laying everything out. Isn't that cool? Maybe it's various gauges, compasses to try, to lay out your pattern before you, well, to lay it out so you can put it on the surface. This book, Practical Estimating for Painters and Decorators. Look how cool. I don't even want to touch this with my hands, even though they're clean. This is from 1964. Frederick Drake Company published this, a complete textbook covering all the processes and elements of estimating and painting for decorating. So, decorative finishes. I didn't know I even had this. Wow. Check it out. Lesson 31, problem number 1, they break it down. Problem 2, and I explain it to you. Holy smokes, this is amazing. Wow, the prices are mind-bogglingly cheap compared to today. I just found my reading material. I honestly did not know I had this. I need to read this and see what's the story about this book. Here's a cool one. Understanding Paint, Wayne Fuller. So back then, and today, your good painters know what is paint, how paint is made, what goes into paint. They just don't slap it on a wall. Is that it? No, there's another book here somewhere. I guess that's it. No. You want to see the stencils? Give me a minute. Unfortunately, I can't find them. So what I'm going to do, since we're just going to do this pretty much all day today, we'll take a minute. I'll go dig them out and come back. And we're going to go over some really cool historic stencils. Yeah. Okay, but while we're here, if you don't mind, real quick, go down below, hit that subscribe button and the like button. That way you get notified when I make new videos and when I'm doing these little live things. And again, I'm learning the whole live part of this. And you gotta forgive me, bang, bang. Very easy for me to edit it. I'm understanding this as we go. But yeah, go down there, and if you have questions, hit them up, because I'm gonna start doing more live demonstrations so we can actually interact more, and you can actually ask questions in real time as I'm doing them. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I'll see you in a little bit.